So this is the ununderlined version. There's two versions, an underlined one, and then there's an ununderlined one. So, question number 1. There should be the same question somewhere on the underlined one. Does anyone know what the same question is? What number it is? This is number 3 on the underline. For a rhombus, which of the following is not always true? You were given your rhombus notes. Yeah, right there. Can I use yours? Thank you. No. No one's allowed to leave during math time. I'm sorry. Okay. Rhombus. So I'm going to my rhombus notes right here. It says, for a rhombus, which of the following is not always true? A rhombus is always a parallelogram. If you look on the front page, rhombus is a parallelogram. See how the net goes? So we know that is always true. So that's not the correct answer. The diagonals are perpendicular. Oh, look, right there. Diagonals are perpendicular. So that's always true. Each diagonal bisects a pair of opposite angles. Each diagonal bisects a pair of opposite angles. So the only one that can be possibly the answer is this one, D. And look at this rhombus. Look at this rhombus here. This diagonal is clearly larger This diagonal is clearly larger than this diagonal here. This is 8. This is 12.24. Okay. What is the sum of the measures of the interior angles of a regular quadrilateral? Sum of the measures of the interior angle is simply n minus 2 times 180. Quadrilateral has 4 sides, so n is equal to 4. 4 minus 2 times 180 is 2 times 180, which is 360. .360. What number was this on the other test? So this one. What's this one on the other test? This is number 2. So this is number 2 on the other test. So number 2. If each angle of a regular polygon measures 30 degrees, what is the total number of sides of a polygon? So we need to start with our base formula. This is just like what you do in physics. So you start with, yeah, same kind of formulas that you would use. So the base formula is n minus 2, hello Nikan, times, I didn't notice you until now, times 180 divided by n is equal to the each exterior angle. So we know each exterior angle is 30 degrees. First step, we need to multiply both sides by n. These ends cancel out, and we get n minus 2 times 180 is equal to 30n. You kind of had two options at this point. I guess the easiest option for you guys would be to distribute this out. Another option, if you're more advanced, is you could have divided this 180 over here.
I did 360 divided by 30. You got
Well, I'm doing it the right way right now. So this is going to be 180 times n minus 360, I'm just distributing right here, is equal to 30n. Let's get the n to the correct spot. I'm going to move this n over here, so minus 180n minus 180n. We end up getting negative 360 is equal to negative 150. And, oh, I messed up. Sorry. This is exterior angles. This is exterior angles. It's actually a lot easier. Sorry, I was doing interior angle. The equation for exterior angle is 360 divided by n is equal to 30. So you were right. Multiply both sides by n. Well, actually what we can do is, since this is two fractions, you can say this is over 1. You can flip-flop these around. So you can flip this around with this. So you see what I'm saying? You flip the 30 with the n. A shortcut you could do to solve this would be flip-flop these two parts here. Like flip-flop these two parts. So you would get 360 divided by 30 is equal to n when you flip-flop those. You see what I did? You end up getting that n is equal to 12. And that would be 12 sides. This is what I was thinking of before. The measure of each interior angle of a regular octagon. How many sides does an octagon have? 8. So n's equal to 8. The formula for each interior angle is n minus 2 times 180 divided by n. N is 8. So 8 minus 2 times 180 divided by 8. 6 times 180 divided by 8. What's 6 times 180? Who has a calculator? No. 6 times 180. 1080, and we need to divide that by 8. When we divide that by 8, what did we get? 135 degrees. What problem was this? Hello, Edwin. All right, grab out your test. We're doing test corrections. Poor Edwin, I'm sorry. I'll talk to you later. This is number 5? Okay. This one here. This one is actually simpler than you think it is. You need to find the sum of the interior angles. We know that we're missing exactly one angle, right? So just like in a triangle, when we're missing one angle, we subtract all of the other angles by the total measurement of the interior angle. So we need to figure out what the total measurement of the interior angle is. How many sides is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we need to find the sum of interior angles of a hexagon. 6 minus 2 times 180, because the formula is n minus 2 times 180. 4 times 180 is 720. So we know this plus this plus this plus this plus this plus this plus this, all 6 of these added together is equal to 720. 720. So what we're going to end up doing. I'm just writing the equation down. X plus 175 plus 100 plus 130 plus 105 plus 110. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's everything. So let's add all these together. Let me see your calculator. Oh, what number is this?
This is number 4. It is number 4.
It's number 4 or 5. So I'm adding all these together. 125 plus 100 plus 130 plus 105 plus 110. 540. So we know 720 is equal to x plus 540. Subtract 540 from 570 from both sides, sorry. This cancels out and we get 720 minus 570 is 150 degrees is equal to x. That doesn't seem right. Oh, that's 75, not 25. So I need, oops. So we need to re-add all these. That's a 7, not a 2. So 175 plus 100 plus 130 plus 105 plus 110 is 620. So it would actually be 720 is equal to x plus 620. X is equal to 100 after you subtract those two. Okay. And a parallelogram. The information given is below. BE is equal to x plus 8. ED is equal to 5x. Okay. In a parallelogram, the diagonals bisect each other. In a parallelogram, the diagonals bisect. That means this is the same thing as this. So the equation would be 5x is the same thing. You write that as equal to x plus 8. Subtract x, you get 4x is equal to 8, x is equal to 2. You could probably pass this test by just setting every one of these equations equal to each other. Okay, so now we need to figure out what BD is. BD is all of this. Let's figure out what this measurement is. What's 5 times x? 5 times 2 is 10. What's 2 plus 8? 10. So what's 10 plus 10? 20. So we know BD has to be 20. It's 10 plus 10, because we know this section is 10, and we know this section is 10. 10 plus 10 is 20. All right, AE is 3y minus 7. 2, and then EC is 2y. These diagonals bisect each other, so 3y minus 7 is equal to 2y. Subtract 2y from both sides, and we get y minus 7 is equal to 0. Not very helpful, but we can move the 7 over, and we get y is equal to 7 degrees. 7 units.